Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. And let's check the Forest Weekly review for this week and see what's happening. And see what happened last week, so that we can use it to relate to what we are going to trade this week. So we are going to act based on the news, and then based on the forecast. So the fundamental we can see last week, um, the significant one we saw on Tuesday is Euro, the German uh, preliminary CPI, which came out actual as forecast. Then on Tuesday too, we have a consumer confidence which came out better than expected, which boost United States dollar there. So on Wednesday too, we have the ADP farm employment change, which come out disappointing. And Euro, we have the CPI, the core CPI, and the Canadian GDP. It came out as expected. The Chicago PMI came out as expected. We have the Swiss franc CPI, which came out better than expected. We saw a boost in Swiss franc before the news, and then after the news we saw some significant movement there. So we have the ISM manufacturing PMI, which came out better than expected. Last week I told us that my best bet is US dollar to the upside and pounds to the downside, which play out significantly. We can see that US dollar dominates the market from the beginning of last week till the end, until when we saw some imbalance result in what we call the NFP. So after the release of the NFP, we saw the US dollar coming weaker in the first, let's say, 15 minutes. Then after that, we now saw the scorecard coming to play out stronger. So this week we are going to check the fundamental analysis that is going to play out this week and see how it will affect the market. So let's jump on this week and see what's going to happen. So on Monday, the 5th of September, there is not much to play out there. So on Tuesday we have the AUD cash rate at their interest rate. So they are proposing on increasing their interest rate from 1.85 to 2.23. So that is they are proposing on increasing their interest rate by 50 basis point. So let's see how it goes there. And then on Monday, markets might price that kind of increase. We might see a upward move in the AUD pairs. So let's notice that. Let's take note of that. So we might see a move up in the AUD pair as price to the 50 basis point increase in their interest rate, because the previous one is 1.85, and then their forecast is 2.35. So on Tuesday we have the ISM manufacturing PMI coming out of United States. So the previous one is 56.7, and they are expected to the forecast is 55.0, which is expected to become lower than the previous readings. So on Wednesday too, we have the GDP drop. So this week is an interesting week for AUD, for the Australian. So we have the GDP on Wednesday. So which the previous one is 0.8, and they are the forecast is 1.1. I don't know what you see why the market price is like 1.1%. So let's see how it goes there. I think we will have a stronger AUD this week. That's my opinion. After the let's see how the release of the interest rate will be. Then after we sit down, we should be waiting for the DDP so we can know the direction of AUD right there. So on Wednesday we have the monetary policy report that is on the pounds. This pounds currency. So the reading is not about, it's just a hearings. So let's see how it goes, but it can have a significant impact in the market. So on Wednesday also we have the interest rate of the Canadian dollar. So these guys are proposing 75 basis points. So let's see how it goes right there. Let's see how maybe they can achieve uh, that. So on Thursday we have AUD Governor Low speak. So this week is an interesting one for AUD. Remember, just stay guide. And then on Thursday too, we have the significant one for the euro. We have the monetary policy statement, and we have the interest rate statement. These guys said they are going to increase their interest rate by 75 basis points. We don't know what they see, why they are pricing 75 basis points in increase, because our euro is not doing well as it ought to do. So let's see if you see that if I want to prove a point that is not doing well, is checking the euro USD, as is almost €1 is almost equal to $1. So they are not doing well, but let's see how it goes, because they want to increase the rate aggressively, and it's not good for an economy like to just wake up and just increase the rate aggressively. Is not even the way to do. It should be just like bit by bit. But I don't know what they see. They because they are the professional analysts, and so they will have what they see in the market, and that's how they want to react to it. So on the I think on Wednesday too we have the Fed chairman speak. So let's wait to that. Let's wait for that also. So on Friday we have the employment change of the Canadian dollar, the unemployment rate. They are going to release it. So I think the four most interesting pairs this week is the AUD, the Canadian dollar, the US dollar, and the euro. So let's go to the technical analysis and see how the price reacted. So the first one we are going to look at the dollar index. This index still telling us that we still have a stronger dollar in future. Like the future of dollar is still bright to the upside. So, but let's just do the top down analysis and see where we are going. So the first thing we're going to do is let's check the monthly time frame. This is the monthly time frame. So let's label the support and resistance. We have a level here. Here should be level we should be watching out for. Watch out for this area, then this area too. So if we see a breakout at this particular area, because this area is area of supply, you can see a supply right there. So that's the area of supply. So watch out for that particular area there. Then this area, should watch out for it. Then let's go to the weekly time frame and see what's going on there. If you see a breakout of 109 level, then we should be aiming, if we see a breakout of this 109 level to 110, then we should be aiming for the next resistance, which is 117. So that is an area to watch out for this particular week. So let's go to the daily time frame. But fundamentally, the Fed are still insisting on increasing their interest rate by 75 bps. That is, they are going aggressively on the rate hike. So uh, an investor will keep on buying to the idea. So I think we'll see the euro or the dollar index breaking out of this particular area, then to this particular area. So there are two scenarios we are looking out for. If we see a breakout of this area, or we see a rejection at this particular area, then we should be looking for this particular support level as the next support. Then if we have a break of this one to the downside, then we should have another support level at this particular area. So the other thing I'm looking at right there is the breaking of the 109, and then to the next particular resistance right there. So let's watch out for this when the market opens tomorrow. So but my bias to remain stronger dollar for the next couple of days, couple of week, until the fundamental prove otherwise. So if you check the 4-hour time frame, see that we are still in an uptrend. So we can see we can just see a reversal in US dollar. So we can see a reverse to this particular level, to this area of support, and then boom, there is a breakout. You understand? So we can see a reverse to this support level, which tally with the trend line, then a breakout to the upside. So that's what I'm looking for right there. So if you now see a breakout of this area and it invalidates this particular level, then this is the next support level. Then if you see the break, and then we should be coming to this particular area. So let's see how it goes at that particular level. So the first pair we are going to check right now is a pounds US dollar. So like I said, we are still in a downtrend for a very long time. So this week, any retracement you see to the upside, it should be an opportunity for you to look for a bearish setup. So here like this, we can see a retracement to this particular area, to this particular resistance, to form a new resistance, and you have a new low. So let's remove the drawing and start all over again. So going to the monthly time frame, we can see that the next support is around 1.1423. The next support level is around 1.1423, and then we have a breakout of this particular support already. Then we have a sharp move to the downside. So after checking the monthly time frame, go to the weekly time frame. You can see that we have a very strong bearish weekly candle last week. So putting the resistance at this area, this support area, we have a breakout of this particular support area to the downside too. So if you check the daily time frame, we can just see a very sharp move to the side, maybe a very long bullish candle to this particular area, then coming back to what to hit that target at that area. So that's what I'm looking at in pounds, US dollar. So going to the 4-hour time frame, you can see that the analysis is still making sense. So labeling the trend line support and the resistance, so we might not even see close to that area. So we might see something like this. Going to the weekly time frame, is either we see something like this moving to this particular resistance level, support that want to turn to resistance, or we see something like this just moving up a little bit, then getting at this particular supply level, because if you zoom it very well, you see that we have a supply level at that particular area. So if you ask me where is the supply level, I will label it. So this is the supply level at that particular area. So we might see a move to this level, then we have a move to the downside, which is 1.1442. Then after that, if you see a break of this level, I don't think there is any level there. We have a free fall at that particular area. If we break this particular level, there is no level at all. So what we are having is a free fall. We might see a free fall to 1.000 after a break of this particular support level. So before then, let's see how it goes to that area. So coming back to 4-hour time frame, so it's two scenario I'm looking at this particular area. So is either I see a very a breakout of this area, then we have a rejection at this area to 1.14, or I see a rejection at this particular trend line to this area. So if I were to trade, if I see a reverse to this area and I see a rejection candle, I will sell from here, then put my stop loss above. Then if it hits my stop loss, then I'll wait for it at this particular area to sell again. So that's my bias on GBP USD. So going to Euro USD, we have there are two things we have here. I think is a repeated pattern. So the first one is here. After so much rally, we saw a breakout, and we now have another rally here. So my bias remains to the downside. So I'm hoping to see a maybe a little bit rally, then a breakout to the downside. So that's my bias on Euro USD. I'm still looking forward to the break of that particular level to the downside. Then you can target the same your take profit might be the same size as this box. Your take profit, if you see a breakout, your take profit, you might take a profit at this particular area, or just move a little bit down. So my bias still remains bearish on Euro USD. Checking the monthly time frame, we have the next area of support at this particular area at 0.9654 something. So checking the weekly time frame, as you can see, after we break out this particular level, we see a very big move to the downside, which is massive. So now we have two scenarios at that particular area. Going to the daily time frame, let's use the auto. This tell us that we are still in a downtrend. So peradventure we can see a fake breakout of this particular level. So like how it did here, we saw a lower high, then lower low, lower high. Then this should create a new what? A new lower low to this particular area. So my target is 0.97045 if I'm selling this particular breakout. Then we might see a fake breakout to hit this level. We might see something like this. It might repeat what it did here. Then we might see a fake breakout to hit this level and then sell off to this particular area. So that's my bias on euro US. So if you are on bullish bias, you wait for this lower high to be breached. Hope you understand. To invalidate. So before you can take your decision. So if you are on bullish bias, like if your bias is to the upside, then you wait for the break of this particular level. Then you do what? You can then take your position. That's the only way you can have your sentiment to the upside now if there is a breakout of this particular level. So the next pair we are checking out is USD JPY. USD JPY, I did this analysis last week and we hit take profit, which I said our next resistance is 140, 100. So let's do this again by checking the higher time frame, the monthly time frame. So you label your the resistance, then the next support. So yeah, like this we can see that the next stop should be 146 100. So going to the weekly time frame, so after seeing the weekly time frame, you can see that we have a break of this high. There's a break of this particular high to form a new high. So we have formed a new high like this. Then we might see it does a small reversal, then boom to 1.46 because US dollar is still gathering a lot of strength, and then we have a significant weakness in yen pair. So then we treat the as a true line. Yeah, you treat the trend line as a true line. So we can see something like this: a small reversal on Monday, then boom to the upside. So you can see something like this. It might break this level, then come to this particular trend line. Then you can see a move to the upside. So let's see how it goes there. Then if we see a breakout of this particular area, if you see a breakout of this particular trend line, then we should be open to reject at this area. Then if you do not reject at this area, then we should be coming down here to this particular area. So let's see how it goes, because this area is a very significant one, because you can see that we have a support level here which come to retest, then it's move up. So if we have a break of this particular area, then I don't think this area is an option. Then we should be coming to this particular area. So let's see how it goes on let's see how it goes next week. Then we know how to go about. So the next pair is NZD USD. So by removing the previous analysis, so let's go and start with the monthly time frame. If you check the next level, I think we have a breakout of this one, but it's still coming, it's still pushing up to react to that particular level. If you can see it very well, this is the level. This one plus the two of the 2-month candle there, the first one and the second one, and then it rejects. It wants to break it before, but we have a push up again. So the next level that you can see down there is here. So going to the weekly time frame, we can see that you can see the trend line support at this area. Then you can see the resistance at this particular area, which is go. It went and reject. It went there too, even though it does not hit the resistance. It reject at that particular area too. So if you want to treat it as an area, then we will expand the horizontal line. So let's go to the daily time frame and see what we can project at that particular area. So SDD, we have a support level at this particular area. If you check the monthly time frame, it's also a support level there. So we have a support level at this area and we have a support level at this area, but the whole directional bias is to the downside. So if you want to enter if you want to continue to the downside, we have to use Fibonacci retracement. Then we'll target where we will enter ourselves. So we can enter at 50%, 61%, 61.8%, or 78.6%. So next week we can see a retracement to this side, to this 50%, and then we'll see a rejection or to this particular area, because this particular area is also 50%. So let's see how it goes at that particular area. If I delete this Fibonacci, you see that we have a level, like a lot of level at this area, which tally with the 50% Fibonacci retracement level. Then if we put this particular trend line at this level, so we can see a rejection at this particular level, the 50% Fibonacci retracement, or you can see a reversal here, then boom to this particular area, or we see a rejection to this, a breakout to this particular area, then before rejection. But this is the level I'm looking at. If I see a rejection at this area, I'm selling, I'm putting my stop loss above this particular area, then I'm targeting this area as my next stop. So if you check the 4-hour time frame, you can see another thing right there. So as you can see, we see a trend line respecting this particular area. So coming to this week, we can see a breakout, a retest, and a move to this side, then a move to the downside. So that is what you are looking at, because this area is a very strong support area. But don't forget, US dollar is very strong, and then we should see a downward move. We should see the continuation of the down move. So the last one I want to do on it is if we put the trend line at this particular area for the clarification of the analysis, let's try one more thing. So the first respected area and the second respected area of the trend line. So the scenario still remain to the downside. So any retracement you see will be an opportunity for you to look for the bearish setup. So we can see something like this to this inner one, and this inner one, it's tally with the 50 Fibonacci retracement I'm talking about the other time. Then we should see a rejection to the downside. So we might see a move to this trend line, then we'll see a rejection. So if I see a move to this side, I'll be looking for a bearish setup to the downside. So that's my analysis on SAD. Yeah, so that's for the USD pairs. So now let's go to the card pairs. So and I said we have an interesting Canadian. I said part of the interesting currency this week, Canadian dollar UD is part of them. So let's do the card pairs. So like this now, you can see that the Canadian pair, the SND card want to go in line with the SND USD card. So let's just clear this and go to the monthly time frame and see what we have at that particular area. As you can see, we see a series of rejection at this particular area. We have a series of rejection candle, the first one, second one, third one, and we are about to have this one to being rejected from that level. What this tells us, it tells us that we have a lot of potential buyers at this particular level. Starting from this level, we have a lot of potential buyers at this level. They try to break above this particular level, but they are unable to do that. So if you go to the weekly time frame, you see that the rejection is very, very, very obvious. So let's go to the daily time frame. Checking out the daily time frame, the bias still remain bearish though. So what we are looking at here is let's check out what's going to happen. And the next this is the next resistance. I think this should be the so right now all we'll do here is what is just to wait. Reason why we wait is if we have a move to the upside, we can have a move to the upside to this particular level, then we can now have a break of this particular support, because we are still in the overall downtrend, but we can have a move if we see a weaker Canadian dollar, then we should have a move to this side, then to this particular area. So that's my projection this week. If we have a weaker Canadian dollar, we should have, because we have a very strong level of support at that particular area. So before it can break that level, it needs to retrace first. It needs to gather strength. So we should say some potential buyers coming to place, then we'll have a strong force of sellers taking them out later. So this is my analysis on SZD card. I'm looking at the retracement to this particular area. Is either this area or this particular area. So you should be aware of that. So can see this area should be a very strong area. This particular area, this is an area. So that's my analysis on SDD card. So card Swiss franc, we are still if you see a stronger Canadian dollar, then we should see the continuation of the uptrend of this particular pairs, because last week we we go long on it, and then we took our profits. The two trade we took right there, it take our profit. So if you look at it right there, we have a respect of the chain line, respect of the chain line. Then we now have another respect of that particular chain line. If you check this very well, we have let's check the 4 hour time frame. We have a potential head and shoulder at this particular area up here, as you can see. So we our analysis remain bearish, remain bullish at this particular area, because if you see the neckline too, I think we have a break of this particular line, but we have a rejection at this level of a weak resistance. So my analysis still remains to the upside on card Swiss franc. So I'm looking forward. Yeah, I'm looking forward for the what we call rejection to that particular area. So we can see a move to this side, then we can see a rejection to the upside. So this is our first take profit if you are to go long at that particular area. So this is our first small take profit. Then if you check the weekly time frame, you can easily pick the second TP from there. So this first TP in line with this particular resistance level. Then after the breakout, then we should see a move to this particular level to 0.7736, which is the significant resistance at that particular area. So that's for CAD. So going to Euro Canadian dollar. So in Euro, we have an interesting one on Euro this week too. So let's see how it goes. Checking the monthly time frame. So we can see that the monthly time frame is bearish. Then we see the rejection of the weekly time frame after it goes up to this particular area. So this means that we have some potential sellers at this particular level. So let's check out the daily time frame. Daily time frame tells us that there are some potential sellers at that particular area. So like this now, my bias will remain bearish on Euro Canadian dollar. So checking out this particular trend line, because this trend line is an area, not single trend line. As you can see, we have a rejection coming to trend line, a rejection, a fake one going to that trend line, reject at this trend line too. Then we have rejection at this particular trend line. So my bias remain bearish on Euro Canadian dollar. This can be my first trade that I'll be entering on Monday. Then that's the stop loss right there. So then you target 1 to 2 bits to the watch ratio. So 1 to 2 bits to the word ratio should be in line. Is in line with this particular level. So that is my bias on. So if you're on bullish bias, you wait for the break of this particular level before you take your decision to buy. You wait for the break of this level to the upside, then you can wait for the test and enter your position. So the next one is pounds card. Pounds card, I don't see anything interesting in pounds card. So the next one I skipped at is Canadian Japanese yen. So this one I predict to the upside. So checking the monthly time frame, we can see that the whole bias is to the upside, but we have a very significant level at this particular area that can push us to the downside. So let's see how it goes at that particular area. This level is a very strong resistance level. Going to the weekly time frame, if you see on the weekly time frame too, it's also a area of so we can see something like triple top at this particular area, because we have something like one, the first stop, the second, and the third. So we can have a rejection to the side and to this particular area. So you have to be aware of that particular stuff right there. So this level is in an area of a very strong resistance level. So if you see a breakout of that level, then we should see a move to the upside. Like if you see a breakout, a break to the upside of that level, so the next target should be this particular 117268. So going to the weekly time frame back, then to the daily time frame. So we can see if you see a breakout of this level, then I'm selling to this particular area. Then if you see a breakout of this level too, then I'm buying to that particular area. So that are the two things I'm looking at in CAD. So I think that's all for the weekly analysis. You have to do your own analysis and see if it fits your entry. This is for educational purpose only. Just indirectly teaching you how to do the top down analysis to have a profitable trade. If you are just new to this channel, please subscribe, like, and share. Have a good trading week and trade safe.